Are you ready? Yes! What a gorgeous day. Wanna say hi? Are you ready? Wanna say hi to all our friends? Yes, okay. Sit down. Alright. It's a gorgeous day, isn't it? Let's get started. Is that your happy place? Oh, goodness. Is that your happy place? Say hi to everyone. Hi everyone. Welcome to the Knitting Den, episode number 130, and today is Wednesday, September 17th. I'm Denise, also known as Knitting Den, on Ravelry and Instagram. I want to welcome you all. I'm so glad you're here with me this morning, and Bindi is too. It's absolutely gorgeous. Let's see. Look, I'm starting to, I'm starting to get ready for fall. A few dollar store flowers, which I always love. I can't keep plants and flowers alive, so I don't mind these kind. Let's see if we can see some gorgeous sky. Is that looking kind of blue? Yeah, well, hopefully the lighting isn't too bad. I checked it and it seemed okay. That's it. It just looks a little dark to me outside. I'm sitting on this side of the porch. Not liking that there's a wasp hanging around, but we'll see how far I get before I have to run and squeal. So yes, I'm Denise. I want to welcome you if you are watching for the first time. Hello, and thanks for joining us, and welcome back everyone else. I won't say viewers, because I don't think of you as viewers. You are friends, and I'm glad you could join me on the porch again today. I did not record yesterday. It was just one of those mornings that was a bit of a late start, and I hadn't actually written any notes, and I did have a few notes that I needed to write down. I would not remember everything that I wanted to chat about today if I didn't. I'm going to look a bit nervous if I see something flying by, because it's not a hummingbird. It's a wasp, Bindi. I don't like wasps. I know. So I hadn't made notes, and I decided I would, take a little bit longer to sit down and write what I needed to write. And so here I am. It's Wednesday morning. It's just gorgeous out here. Beautiful. It's going to get warmer later on, about, well, they say mid-80s, which is too warm for me, but the mornings, oh, absolutely gorgeous. I want to welcome anyone that just joined our Ravelry group this past week, and I want to say a special welcome to those who left an introduction for me. Let's see, I wrote them down. I want to say hi to R8 John 72, who is Rachel. Hi Rachel. She's in Maryland, in, I want to say Taney Town, or is it Tanny Town? Taney Town. I used to live in Maryland, near Baltimore. When I first came to the States, it was my first home over here. And I've seen that name before. I just don't know if it's Taney Town or Tanny Town. It's only got one N, so I'm thinking Taney Town. Anyway, welcome, hi, and Dolly100, who is Julie. She is, oh, I forgot where you are right now. I didn't write it down, but you have lived, like you mentioned, in a couple of towns over from me. Twice. You've lived in Newcastle, which is right next to Sunderland, where I was born, and then you've lived in Ipswich, and I'm not sure if you're actually there right now, sorry, but you lived in Ipswich, and I was right next to you in Bury St Edmunds, down in Suffolk. So welcome, Julie. And And I'm happy that you're going to be joining in with Pinktober. Thanks for letting me know that. It's going to be a fun month. La Rubia 57. Hi Kathleen, you're in Los Angeles, and your son has been in Colorado Springs. I'm not sure if he's still there, but he's in the army, and I just want to say hi to you. And that is everyone this week, so hello ladies, and I'm so glad you took the time to leave a message for me so I could say hello here. Okay. So, in the past week, I've got a little section now. I'm just going to write last week, and then I can kind of tell you what's been happening. If you're on Instagram, some of this news you kind of know because I post pictures throughout the week. We got snow last week. Yes, can you believe it? Snow. Just a tiny little dusting. It looked as if someone had sprinkled the confectioner's sugar, or icing sugar as we call it, on the rooftops. And it was chilly, obviously, down in the 30s. And I loved it. I loved it. And it didn't last long, obviously. It melted after a couple of hours. But to wake up and see the rooftops white, I just really liked it. I'm sorry. I'm happy to say goodbye to summertime. Even though it's going to feel like summer today with the 80s. But that's okay. I'm just not sad to see it go when it goes. And yesterday, if I had recorded yesterday, I was so ready to say, yesterday I kicked off the start of 100 days to Christmas. I know! A lot of you on Instagram are saying you're not ready. Come on, people. Embrace it. I'm ready. If I don't start thinking about Christmas in September, before I know it, it's here. After September, not yesterday, Monday was my mom's, me mam, as I would say, me mam's 89th birthday. Bless her sweetheart. So that kind of kicks off my busy season. It was Mum's birthday Monday. Excuse me. Hold on. I'm really enjoying my coffee this morning, and I didn't get my Kit Kat out. Hold on. I have my Kit Kat. I have to open it. I am quite addicted to these right now. Hold on. What a delicious combination. And I have to tell Marlicia, thank you so much, and Talia. They sent me some Kit Kats, but I'll mention that again later on. So where was I? Oh yes, Mum's birthday, and then after that, it's busy all the way up to Christmas. Obviously we've got Halloween that we get through, Thanksgiving over here, that is a big deal. And not only that, we have other birthdays coming up. Or I do. My sister's birthday, hold on, is in October, 3 days before mine. And then, of course, sharing my birthday, if you don't know, I have a twin brother. So it's mine and his birthday. And then there's Kristen's birthday a month before Christmas, November 25th. And I just know that after this week, it goes even faster than it already has. So I'm sorry folks, but I am ready to embrace the holidays, and I plan on getting all organised and planning ahead and doing what needs to be done. There, said it. Keep me accountable. So okay, let's jump straight into, now that I've got my Kit Kat and cuppa, thinking of my sweet Michelle. I love these mugs. Love them. What's in the den? Okay, let me put this down next to my beautiful flowers. I'm not going to leave, excuse me, I'm not going to leave these here because they're in a vase, but I did get a lot of these lovely dollar store flowers because I'm going to dress up the porch. Last year I didn't decorate much outside for the fall. I did a lot of decorating in the house. I had the whole stairway covered with sunflowers and, you know, the garland up the stairs. I did take pictures. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I did take pictures. If I remember, I might have inserted one here. If I didn't remember or can't find the picture, there wasn't anything there. Okay, I did not bring the magazine. In the den, still, and I am working like crazy to get this finished. Forest Elf. I'm doing really well. So what I'll show you is what I'm working on, because it's the whip part. Here's a sleeve. This is the last part, except for the hood. So if you're watching for the first time and I don't have the picture to show you, I'm knitting a long jacket from the Simply Knitting magazine. Knitting it with a friend, Judy. Hi, sweetie. And we're trying to keep each other accountable. And honestly, if I wasn't knitting along with Judy, this would have been probably shoved on the shelf. But it's a long jacket. It's got a nice little effect on the sleeve here. It's very plain other than this 4 cable on the sleeve and a little cable down the edges. It does have a hood, so after this last sleeve I have to then put it all together, and I'm watching hubby because he just walked into the office there, and I have to pick up stitches to do the hood. I do have a question, and I'll show you everything and then I'll tell you my question. So this is the other sleeve. This was the first one I did. This is the first thing I did. So I'm thinking it's going to fit nice. Shoe fly on that. It's going up to here and the length is perfect. I'm thinking it's going to be a good fit. I'm crossing my fingers. So I have that sleeve, working on the last sleeve, and then in my, I'm going to show you in my big see-through bag from Rainstorm Studios, I have the back, and everything is plain on here, and this is my question, because it's all curly. I do block this before I stitch it all together, don't I? It doesn't really say in the pattern, but I would block it. Wouldn't I lie all of this flat? It'll be easier to seam. I'm thinking that's what I need to do. It's just curling every which way it can. This is the bottom and it's curling because it's only got like 2 rows of a rib. So that's the back. And then on these, I hope they don't fall off, on this circular, they could quite easily slip off. I have the 2 side pieces, and look at that, they're just so, they're skinny tubes. So I think I will block it out, I think, just before I sew it all together. And this is the edge. It's always hard to see in this natural light. It's got a cable on the edge. And other than that, it's all plain. That is the biggest thing I've worked on, and that's what I've worked on the most this week, because I'm determined to get it finished pretty soon. It is warm right now, but after Friday we dropped down to the 70s, 72, which to me is fine, and as soon as it turns quite chilly, I'm hoping I have this finished to wear. So that is a huge sweater, and it fit in this gorgeous huge bag, which was I bought this at the retreat, but I did buy, and I'm not saying your name because I forgot it. Is it Kathy? Oh, I'm sorry, sweetheart, I forgot your name. Rainstorm Studios, I'll put it up here if I remember. But she gifted me another bag like this, and then we had one that we gave away to you guys too. She still sells them. She's got the Etsy store, so check them out if you want one. I just love that you can see through it. So that's what's in the den. Let me grab my coffee again before it starts getting cold, and I'm going to have another chomp. I didn't bring, I cast on something, I didn't bring it. It was a little hat, and it's just out of some acrylic. I'll talk about that in the next part, in the Knit Along news. I'll talk about why I cast on a hat. I didn't bring it. I did want to mention that the jewelled cowl, if you remember me mentioning it before, that I cast on with care. I'm really hot out here and it's just lovely and cool. Kay from the Bakery Bears podcast, Bryony Bear on Instagram, and Bryony Bears, I always forget this too. Kay, we all know lovely Kay. Bryony Bears and Bryony Bear, and I'm not sure which is which. Shoo! Little flies. We both cast on a jewelled cowl recently, and I asked Kay how she was getting on with it because I only had knit 2 or 3 rows and I hadn't picked it up since. And it was a few weeks ago now, a couple of weeks ago, if not longer. And Kay admitted that she had frogged it. She was trying to keep her knitting projects simple, and I told her that no worries, I think I'm going to do the same. I'll probably frog that and cast it on another time. The other thing, let's see, what else did I think that was it I wanted to show. That's all I've worked on. Excuse me, I'm getting itchy nose. The jacket, that's all I'm working on really. That lets me move into wasps and flies everywhere. It's a lot nicer over on that side, to be honest. The view isn't, but flies seem to keep away from me. What left the den? Finished objects. I have one! Can you believe it? I feel like I've gone weeks and weeks without finishing. Don't you dare! Hey! Don't you dare bark. Excuse me, I've got to lean forward again. Bindi, there's nothing there to bark at. Okay, I finished my Nurmalin 2. That's what I'm calling it. Nurmalin 2! It's looking rather dark, but here it is. It is blocked and it is finished. Isn't it gorgeous? What a simple, beautiful, quick knit. And it is free on Ravelry. And let me see, what's in here? Oh! I'm like, what's in here? What's in my knot bag, which I love? Silly me, I knew the label was in here. I was using Vollmeiser, 100% superwash merino, and I'm still not sure what the weight of it is. I think it's fingering, but sorry, getting back, I'll show you this when I talk about it in the cal. I did cast on the hat. I'll get to that in a second. So this, folks, I do have the iPad here, but I don't need to show you the picture because I'm showing you the finished object. This is for my year-long knit-along. For my spoilie, this is a favourite project. I think she might like it because either she will like the pattern or the colour or whatever. You just have to kind of figure out what she might like. I'm trying to see what's the right side. It's kind of hard to see. It doesn't really matter because in between the lace pattern, you still knit, so you get the garter stitch. I know the lighting's terrible. You get the garter stitch look running throughout it, so it's hard to tell what side is the correct side. And the only way I could tell is if I go look for the little part that I wove in. I still can't see it because the yarn actually snapped. Vollmeiser. But anyway, I'm just holding it up. I know it's boring. It starts from this corner, so you knit and increase just all garter stitch. It's hard to see the light. Lovely purple colour with like a mauve grey. Sorry, it's not really. It's hard to see. Let me see if I can double it to show you the colours, because I don't have the rest of the yarn. There you go, sort of. So you start at that corner, increase, do a lace section, keep increasing, do a garter section, a lace section, garter section, and you finish with a lace section. And I think the way it's worn, and I've been trying this and it's really nice, I'm going to knit this again, absolutely, definitely. You just kind of wrap it round. I'm going to have to tip it down a bit. And depending on where, let's see, you can't really see the lace. Depending on where you want it, the lace can kind of run up the side here, fly, or you could put it like around this, I don't know. I'm not doing a very good job right now, but that's where I was trying it on like this, and it was very pretty. It's just hard to see. Don't bark at that noise. It's hard to see because of the colour, but I absolutely love it. It was a quicker knit than I ever thought it would be, and so, for sure, I'm going to cast on another one pretty soon. Don't know when, and I don't know what yarn, but I highly recommend it. I think a couple of you actually did start in this once I mentioned it, from what you mentioned in Instagram. So there it is. And Volmizer, I blocked it, and it did turn out a little softer than it was to knit with. It looks black there, doesn't it? Silly. I want there. That's a little better. I can hear workmen over there or something. It blocked out a lot softer, but I think I'll use some just other fingering weight next time and see what that does. Okay, so I don't know where to put this. Put it in the basket there. All right. What's up next? A bite of Kit Kat, I think. It's kind of gone cold. All right, spinning. I didn't bring anything, but I did start spinning the Angora. I don't know what I was thinking. Oh my gosh, it's so fluffy and fibre everywhere. But I'll bring that when I have a little bit more to show. So nothing really about the spinning. Let's jump into knit-alongs. I have lots to chat about, and it might take up a lot of the podcast. So get comfy. Before we talk about Pinktober, I do want to say, or I want to mention, the winners of the Christmas in July knit-along. I'm still waiting to hear from some, but I think I realised that because I announced the winners in a separate video, a 10-minute video, because the video that I talked about it, excuse me, oh, itchy nose, Bindi. The video that I did, episode 125, I think it is, I think I said knit-along winners, Cal winners or something announced. Something. It was a long video, so I did a 10-minute one to announce the names. I'm thinking that because it's a 10-minute one, you might not have seen it. So I'm going to mention again, just in case you're watching the regular podcast episodes, I want to mention these 3 names, and if you are watching, please get in touch so I know you saw this and I can get a prize out to you. The first one, which was the first prize, which is one of my Kikiboo bags, and it's kind of a grey colour with the Christmas mittens on it. That is Julie R. Knits. Julie, get in touch with me, please. And then one of the Zeded Bupper pills. Am I? Yes, I am. You are the winner of that. You can please contact me if you're watching. And Sharona the Mom. I think you just recently joined, because I remember saying, I didn't know if it was Sharon at the Mom, but it looks like it's Sharona at the Mom, but I know you're called Sharon. Contact me. You won the note cards and gift tags, but if you would like a Zeded Bupper pill, I'm happy to make one of those and send it out. 3 of you, ladies, contact me when you watch this. And I'm getting distracted. It's not a squirrel, it's hubby in the office. I can see him through the window. Okay, excuse me. I'm going to have to lean down again. Hold on. Oh. It's a fly. Hang on, Bindi. I know, sweetheart, I have to lean over here. I hope that's a fly. Okay. Pinktober. Oh, it's a wasp. Gosh, go away. Oh, dear me. The things I do for you, there's little flies and wasps all over the place. Pinktober. I've got a couple of prizes came in this week I want to show you. I'm not going to show you all of the prizes every week. If I get a prize in, I will show you it, and every few weeks I will show you them all together. And then So this week I got, oh gosh, there it is. Here you go, where? Ah. I got two gifts coming in, donations. The first one, which is a gorgeous bag. I use one of her bags. This is my pen pal Kathy, oh goodness, Chris from Halcyon. She is Halcyon on Ravelry, upside down. And she has an Etsy store called Halcyon, and she does these gorgeous drawstring bags. This has got a little square bottom, perfect soft project, or mittens or anything. That is one bag as a prize, came in. Thank you, Chris, so appreciate it. I did open this, she had it in tissue. I opened it and there's her little card. And I love that she always says, have a sparkly day. That's so sweet. So that's in tissue. I was trying to keep it in the tissue because she's got a little sticker on there as well. Cute. So that's a bag as one of the prizes. And then, I mentioned it earlier, Marlicia and Talia sent me Kit Kats and, I'm sorry, I'm just leaning backwards and forwards all the time. And lots of cocoa. Oh my gosh. As soon as the weather turns a bit cooler again, I'm going to be trying these. Look at these. Raspberry, hazelnut, mint, and there's some more. Oh gosh, I can't wait to try these. Chocolate supreme and a French vanilla. And tons and tons of Kit Kats. Big ones too, doublers as I call them. Thank you to Talia and Marlicia for including me in that the little package that came, and they've sent a bag. Isn't that fabulous? And this is a plover bird bag, and I love the teapots and the colour, just gorgeous. Pink, for those that do like pink, and it's got one of these toggles. I'm not going to draw it up because I don't want to crease it for you, but it's great that it's got a little handle. They've got two handles instead of the one. That is a prize, which I just think is adorable, and yarn. And for those who don't like pink but are joining in anyway, which I thank you profusely, this could be yours. And this is Dragon Sock by Dragonfly Fibres. It's a 100% superwash merino, 290 yards. Lovely twist on it. So that is a prize as well. Thank you, ladies. I can't thank you enough. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So those came in today, and I don't have anything physical to show you, but the lovely Dawn and James from Wolf Farms have donated a $10 gift certificate to their fabulous shop. If you haven't tried their products, their lotions and soaps, I haven't tried a candle yet, but the smells of their lotions and the soaps are just absolutely phenomenal. You are able to enter to get the gift certificates as well. I am going to be grouping some prizes like the stitch markers and some other yarns and stuff. I'm going to make up the prizes, and then I'll show you them once I've decided, you know, what goes with what. Some of the larger ones, like the bags and the yarn, might just be one prize. We'll see. It's going to be fun putting them all together. Okay, so still talking about Pinktober, and this is why I've got a lot to go through. Kathy from the Knit Nerd podcast. We do the Pinktober together. This is our 3rd year running. Kathy lost her sister to breast cancer a few years ago, and that's why she was thinking about doing the Pinktober, and at the time I had thought about doing it as well, so I contacted her. I can't believe that's 3 years ago now. Or is it 2 years ago and this is the 3rd knit along? I think that it might be just the 2 years. Yes, because I've only been podcasting 2 years. So Kathy, this year, in the past we've kind of not done a fundraiser or anything. It's been more breast cancer awareness. You know, Kathy just wants to chat about it, and I was chatting about it as well, about self-examinations and all of that kind of stuff. This year, Kathy is doing the Race for the Cure. I was watching her podcast the other day, and I just wanted to mention she is taking donations. Please check out her Ravelry group. If you don't watch Kathy's podcast, you can go to the Ravelry group, find her there, watch her podcast. She's just so sweet. And have a look in the thread for Race for the Cure. For a minimum of $5 donation, Kathy is going to give you a copy of her not yet released pattern. She is designing a cowl. I think it's her first design, so I'm super excited for her. It might not be released until about January, but if you donate, you will get a copy of that. You will also be entered to win a grand prize of eight skeins of Cascade 220, a whole sweater's worth, and an apron that has been sewn by her mum. Both of these can be chosen in your favourite colour. So if you were to donate more than $5, for every $5 you get another entry into her drawing. So if you donated $10, you'd have 2 entries, etc. So I've written all of that down. I think I've got everything about Pinktober. So please, this year, it's not just about awareness. We'd love your support. I'm not I'm not collecting donations for it. Kathy is the one that you can donate to for her to do the race, and I'll be headed over there to do the same. I think that's everything on that. So hi Kathy, sweetheart, and good luck for the race. I think you have until October 25th to donate to her Race for the Cure. She has the link in the Race for the Cure thread in her Ravelry group. So go see Kathy. Okay, moving on. I've got lots to chat about. Not really much. I never have much knitting to show you. More knit-alongs. Let's get this yarn out again. I'm going to frog some of this. Which way? I stumble over my words when I put too much thought into it. Daniela from the Caffeinated Knitting podcast, who now has a new co-host, and I'm watching that bloody wasp. A new co-host, Crafty Ali. Hi Ali. They are doing a knit-along, and it's called Hats for Kiddos. I think it's for the children that Ali works with. Their goal is to collect 300 hats for aged 0 to 3 years old, just baby hats, really quick knits, and obviously has to be in washable yarn, acrylic or superwash, that kind of stuff. And it actually, let's see, I can't remember when it's running from. I don't know if it's all the way through October and November. I think you have quite a long time, because they want them, might be sometime in November. I didn't write the dates down, sorry. But the Hats for Kiddos, this is why I cast on a little hat. I bought a skein of, I don't have it in here, Vanna's Choice. I got this the other week, thinking it might go along with my log cabin blanket autumnal colours. And it didn't. It's a little bit just like a purple. And I also had some, like a burgundy kind of purple in my stash, and that looked better with the green and the red and the gold colour and the brown. So this, I had it was brand new, and I really like Vanna's Choice acrylic. It's really, really soft. So I decided last night I would cast on something simple. It's just a baby hat. I've picked the pattern that is suggested in their group. There's a few hat patterns. This one's called Helix. Oh, where did I write it down? Striped hat. I think it's called Helix Striped Hat. The stripe, and this is why I'm pulling it out. The stripe is just one colour one round of one colour, one round of the other. It's a very skinny stripe. Now, you first of all cannot see, you can barely see the colour I picked. There it is, grey. But I was knitting this last night and it was quite dark. And I've knit 2 rows of the purple and then went to grey. And not only that, but I have finished a round of grey, or grey. I finished a round of grey, and again, this is Vanna's Choice, so super soft. This is just a nice charcoal grey. I finished a round of it, but this is where I finished the round, but the round starts here. So I've messed up there as well. I'm going to pull it out to the rib, and I'm going to change this. I wanted to keep it quite dark because, like it could be boy or girl kind of thing. But it's too dark a contrast. You can't even see it in the, well you could, but you can't see it much in the light. I can see it better than what you guys can. But I think I'm going to swap it out, the grey, and perhaps put the, I was considering the cream. So I'll decide once I pull it out, and then I might do another one with the grey and the cream as well. And you can put a pom-pom on if you want, so I think that would be cute. Purple and cream and a grey and cream. That's why I have, getting all of this muddled up, that's why I have this, and I've got it in my fabulous, ooh, be careful of that, knot bag, which I just love this style. I'll talk about that a bit more in the shop news later. Okay, one more thing with regards to knit-alongs. I was contacted the other day by Isabel, who is Well Woman on Ravelry, and who has the Addicted to Knitting Ravelry group. She is currently doing a knit-along. It does only run until September the 30th, the end of the month, but she mentioned it to me because I could enter my shawl, and I'm going to try and do that as soon as I get some pictures. That is a huge furry bee. So if you are knitting any accessory, it's an accessory knit-along, so cowls, socks, shawls, scarves, mittens, any of that stuff, go ahead, and if you don't know about it already, check out Isabel's group, Addicted to Knitting, Accessory Knit-Along. I've got to try and get mine in there. We've still got a week or two, more than a week, a couple of weeks until the end of the month. And finally, gosh, lots of knit-along news. I do have coming up in January, it seems a long way off, a knit-along with Sarah from the Apple Blossom and New podcast. We are going to knit, this is just a fun one, the Lawrence sweater. It's a nice short sleeve sweater but a lovely cowl attached to it. So that's going to be my first knit along of the year, of the new year, probably middle of the month. I think mid-January we'll start it. Give everyone time to get through the new year. I don't want to start at January 1st. I'm not even sure I'll be awake on January 1st. Oh. Anyway, that's coming up. That's all of the knit-along news. I don't know if you saw me. He looked like he was looking over here. He's drinking his coffee and he's got his headphones on because he's talking on Skype, working. But he didn't see me, but I waved. All right. Deep breath. I can't even have a sip of coffee because it's gone cold. What's next? Book talk. I had nothing to show. I did not read Patterns in the Sand yet. I need to renew it tomorrow at the library if I want to get through it and finish the story, and I do. I did cancel the Audible membership, which I was trying out. It was a free month's trial. I cancelled that. I did not even get 2 minutes into the Outlander book. I do like the idea of listening. I just don't have the time right now, so I cancelled it, and that was the reason. It asks for a reason, and I said I just don't have time to listen because I don't to be honest, to listen to it, I still need to be sitting. I can't listen and wander around the house. I have to be sitting, and my goal was to sit and knit at the same time. And that's fine. I do sit and knit every day, obviously. But when I do sit, I'm trying to catch up with my podcasts as well. So the listening, the audible had to go, one of them had to go, and it was not going to be the podcasts. Still talking about book talk. I did mention that I might do Halloweeny or a Christmas read-along. And I've decided I'm going to have a Christmassy read-along. I'm not sure if it'll be the beginning of December or even a little earlier. Might be the last week in November, or perhaps after Thanksgiving, when really after Thanksgiving, the day after, that's the start of the Christmas season, because the tree goes up, if I haven't done it before then, and it's usually just after Kristen's birthday, so all the fall decorations get put away and all the Christmas stuff comes out. I'm thinking I'd like to do a little, it's only going to be a little book, a little read-along. I've read this book before. I haven't read it in a long time, but it was such a fun book. And then the movie came out. I watched the movie, this is why I'm getting onto the book. I watched the movie the other day. It was a Christmas movie, and I watched it. And it was called Christmas with the Cranks. You might have seen it. It's with Tim Allen and Jamie Lee Curtis. I think that's her name. And it's based on this book. And the book is called Skipping Christmas. Why they didn't call the movie Skipping Christmas, I don't know. But the Cranks, that's their last name. The book is by John Grisham, if I'm correct in thinking off the top of my head. And it's just a small one. When I first saw the movie, it came out not long after I'd read the book. I think the book might have been a bit older, but I'm not sure. I read the book, then I realised that they'd put it into a movie. I watched the movie and I was quite disappointed because I had just read the book, and we all know most of the books we read are much, much better than the movie, and I did think that in this particular case as well. I've watched it a second time since and realised that it is quite funny, and it is a very fun Christmas movie if you don't think about the book. And I watched it last week, and again it was quite funny. It's a lovely story, and I liked it a lot better as well. It did make me think about the book and how much I enjoyed reading that as well. So I am suggesting, or I'm going to do this, I'm going to read Skipping Christmas probably after Thanksgiving. And if you haven't heard of it or hadn't read it, check it out and see if you would like to join in. If you have read it and you thought it was wonderful and you want to read it again, join me as well. That's my book talk. That's what I've got coming up. I'm not going to do any Halloween read-along. I think Chris from Halcyon, who is Halcyon, who has the Audible University podcast, she is doing a Halloween-y, mystery, horror-y kind of read-along. I think not really horror because she doesn't like that, but she does like a lot of mystery ones. She reads Dracula every year, I think. So check out her group, University, on Ravelry, if you want to do that kind of a read-along. It's fun joining in with people who are reading the same thing as you. I love it. Hence the reason I'm in a book club. I'll not talk about that right now because I'm not reading the monthly book suggestion, so I'll mention that later. With that, that's book talk. Show and tell. I did show you my Kit Kats and Coco. I have one other fabulous show to tell you about, and it is this beautiful bag. Love this. Oh, I'm trying to get my beaded zipper pull there on the outside to show you. This fabulous bag was sent to me by the lovely Kay. Look at that adorable fabric. From the Bakery Bears podcast, and look, I have a badge. Yay! Kay sent me this bag. She wanted to send me one of her bags, and There's her label. As a bag maker, I've said before, it's still always far better and much more fun to use bags that other people have made. Whether I buy them, even better when they're gifted to me. I absolutely love it. And I have in exchange sent Kay one of my bags as well. So that is what I have to show and tell. I want to put a project in it. I think actually I might swap out my hat, because I've got two, even though it fits in this knot bag, I'm going to put the 2 balls of yarn in here because it's even better. Isn't that, look at that. So that's one of my projects. Love it. Thank you, Kay, again. Now, while I'm just finishing off show and tell, I'm going to have a smell of this. Ooh. This smells absolutely wonderful. I had it on the other day. It's from Walmart. I showed a picture on Instagram a couple of weeks ago, and you thought it was a pattern for this beautiful one of these knitted sweaters, I think, but it's not. It's the wax that you melt, and it smells, oh my gosh, absolutely wonderful. Just like a very autumnal, oh, I can't describe it. It's like cozy, warm sweater smell. As soon as the temperature drops again this weekend, I'm going to be putting it on again. It doesn't go with 80-degree weather, but I just wanted to mention it. If you're in Walmart and you see this one, or any of their autumn ones really, they're all fabulous. I think I just kicked the video. Look at Miss Thing here. She hasn't moved since we started. And she's asleep. Oh, woke up because she knows I'm talking about her. Okay. Put that there. What's next? Oh, okay. Gosh, more chatting because I've got nothing to show. Girly chatter. Couple of things. As I mentioned in the beginning, 99 days till Christmas now, because it was 100 yesterday, and I am embracing it. I can't wait to start getting organised. I don't want to wish the days away or the weeks, but I just want to embrace every day. And without sounding too soppy, I do feel very blessed. I have a beautiful home. I love where we are. I did not want to move to Colorado. I did not want to leave our friends and my family, which were my in-laws, who I just absolutely adore. I didn't want to do all of that, but I did it, and I have been rewarded, so to speak, just knowing that where I'm situated, I just love. I love sitting here with you. I love being here with my hubby and my daughter and my puppies. And I love to start planning for the holidays, even though there's just the 3 of us. This year I am hosting my book club Christmas social, so I'm going to have, I'll have some friends coming in, so I decorate and go a little crazy. Not too crazy, I'm sure there's people do more than me, but I do have a few Christmas trees around the house, not just the one. And the stairway again with the lights and the garland and all that. But it'll be nice. Oh, it's breezy. I hope that's not starting to make a noise. It'll be nice to, have people see that. I don't know how much of that recorded because, as usual, I did something or did not do something. I did not delete last week's episode on my camera, and so the memory was full. I'm just going to go straight into it. I'm sorry if I was not recording girly chatter, but I was chatting about it. I'm not sure if this is going to click off again like it sometimes does. I'm going to jump straight into the last part, which is a quick shop update, Kiki Boo bags. I did a shop update last Sunday. Thank you if you jumped on the Etsy store and bought a bag. There was quite Halloween bags, some Christmas bags, and the new knot design, which I don't have any with me. Well, I do have one, not quite finished, but I did put 5 of these in, the new style knot bag. Thank you to everyone that purchased them and all of the other bags. I do have a question. If you can, pop over to the group, into the Kikiboo Bags thread. I'd love some feedback. If you bought one, I'd love the feedback. If you'd like to see more of them in the shop, I'd like to know. If you prefer the wedge bags or even drawstring bags, I'd like to know that too. Yeah, I'm just asking for a little feedback. I haven't asked. Normally I get reviews on the shop, but some feedback and thoughts from you I'd really appreciate right now. With that said, I'm trying to do a few more bags each week so I can do a regular weekly update. This week I've got a few made that I'm going to be putting in the shop. Another one of these which it does not have gnomes on it, but it has the gnome houses. Most of them, if I don't show you inside, have got the cream, and this doesn't have the bead on yet. But that's now I'm getting stuck now. I don't know if that's medium or small because I'm making them a little larger. So I will have the dimensions when it goes in the shop. This one I do know is a large because I made it yesterday. And excuse the threads, I'm going to pick off. Again, I need the zipper pull on, but just cream inside. This is large, and this actually is quite a large. It is a large size, and it will get a magazine in it. I think I'm calling the larger bags now the mag bag because you can put a magazine in it. And it's 5 inches wide on the bottom. Tons and tons of space. I have not tried it yet, but I was going to try and put my sweater in there. I did put pockets in here too. I've stitched down, you can see 2 pockets here for keys or your phone. I'm going to possibly try to put them in each bag. I'm not promising. Just a little added extra, but no extra charge. So that's going in the shop, and I do have one cut out ready to do. The exact same thing that I'd show you, but it's not finished. It's going to be another large bag. I'm using my fabulous English fabric, which I love. I have another little foxy one going in. He does have not cream but a matching yellow inside. Little foxes in canoes, which I love. That's going in. And I have another one of these normies, but this will have a couple of gnomes along the bottom. This is different to that side. It's because of the fabric. The fabric comes with a panel along the bottom, but I do one side, just all the houses. And finally, I did do, this is why I'd like your feedback if you have the time. I made a drawstring bag. I stopped doing them for a little while because personally I like wedge bags right now. But I made a drawstring bag, but I've been meaning to do this for a while as well. Let's put the handles on. I did a super large one once before, excuse me, that, sorry, that I know some people want, and I'm trying to get round to doing, but I did what would normally be like a medium-sized drawstring, but I've put the handles on like this, which I think is cute. I would like to know whether you would, I don't know whether to concentrate on getting some of these in the shop, sticking with wedge bags, different sizes, small, medium and large, or the knot bags, the grab bags, or all three. So if you do have the time and you'd like to give me a little, your thoughts or opinions or feedback, I'd love if you would do that. And I'd love if you just popped over to the Ravelry group and said hi. Join the group if you haven't. One last thing, I must apologise for not replying yet to comments in the episode threads. I'm a little behind on that. I do normally like to respond to everyone. I haven't this week, but do know that I read them all and I love to see the messages in there. It makes me happy. With that said, and I still am recording, I don't know how long it is though, straighten up the glasses. Bindy's about ready to finish. Are you ready? Do you want to come say bye? No, she doesn't want to get up. Look at this. Where are you? You want to say bye? No? You want to say hi to everybody? Look. You want to see? No. Hey. Say bye-bye. I'm about to Say bye. Let's put we up there again. Okay, guys. Thanks for joining me on the porch. I hope you enjoyed watching, sitting down with me, letting me chat, and enjoy a cuppa with you and a Kit Kat. And I hope your week is fabulous, and I hope you come back next week and join me in the knitting den, or on the knitting porch. Bye, guys.